Zombie apocalypse.
Hey Quantum, this is an amateur stream, okay? Fuck. This is an amateur video. Don't worry about this. And these pop-ups, I don't know what they do. I'm new to PC. Ads, I don't know what to do with those. So, free sponsorships. Anywho, so I had this new concept. It's called NOOBLIST, you know? Let me break it down. A lot of people like, you know, tofu. I fucking love ours. Pause. They do tier lists, you know, they put who they put really up high, you know, they put Nurse all the way to S tier. You feel me? They put fucking who else? They put Blight all the way to S tier. Did I do it? Man, I can do it both ways. Wow, I'll be multitasking. Anyways, you feel me? They put Oni A or B tier. Well, I thought of doing it a different way. You feel me? I was thinking these people do tier lists because they know the mechanics of the game. They know how the game is played. But correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen nobody do a list for newcomers. So, I've been thinking I should start it. It's called NOOBLIST. If anybody have this tier list after this is posted, they got it from me. End of conversation. Just like Chief Keef took my drip, but we're not gonna talk about that. I don't have business. So the first person we're gonna go to Nurse. Alright? Nurse D tier. If you're first, this is how we're gonna do this, okay? We're gonna think of they went through the tutorial to get the free blood points, obviously, and they have no perks, okay? We're gonna go do two. So we're not gonna go do two because I don't feel like remembering everybody perks. But if this blow up, then I will do a second video on who you should play with based on the perks that will help out new people person. Hence new lips. Anyways, Nurse is D tier. If you just hop into the game, don't play with Nurse. I have a really, I'm really good with picking out the best people. Right? I picked out Nurse because she was the only motherfucker that was floating. Got shitted on, okay? And I can't do anything. I couldn't do anything with Nurse. She fucking teleports. You know, Nurse is calling. That shit, I didn't really know how to use it. I didn't really understand what aura was. I didn't know how to teleport. When I was using Nurse, I was using to figure out where I was blinking to. And I was using the thing where you could blink once and then blink back. No, don't use Nurse. Nurse is just all around a bad character to use. Alright? Don't use Plague. With Plague, you have to spit up on everything. Right? You can use her spit up if they try to hide in lockers. Instead of opening lockers, you just throw up on a locker. That'll be easy. But Plague is tall. If you don't know how to use Plague and you go to use her corrupt intervention, her red puke, they will just crouch down in front of you and you will have no idea what they went to. When people started doing that with me when she first came out, I was fucking bamboozled. And then on top of that, she wastes so much time because since you're new to the game, you're going to be bad at throwing up. Okay, the reason why you're going to be bad at throwing up is because if they're hugging a wall and you trying to throw up on them, you have to literally spit on the wall while you're walking around. You're not going to do that. You're going to waste too much time playing with Play, okay? Who else don't to touch? Don't touch Trickster. He got recoil with knives. It's not really much to say. Bubba, I'll give him a C tier only because Bubba, I'm giving him B tier too. Listen, hear me out. The way Bubba works, he swings left, right, like he pulls. If these survivors are hugging a wall or find a window, if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to catch them with Bubba. You're going to keep going into a tantrum over and over and over and over and over and over. Right? We're not going to do artists. I haven't really played with artists yet. Best person Wraith, hands down. He's a stealth killer. He's like 115. Straightforward. You uncloak, you get a speed boost, hit. That's about all there is to it. Alright. There might be a rare occasion where you might actually, the survivor might get to a window and then boom, you fucking stuck at a window because you don't know that the chase don't start. You don't really know much about blocking windows, etc., etc. But he's straightforward. You get real close to him because he's undetectable, and you get a speed boost once you uncloak. Pretty straightforward. Legion's B tier. I feel like you will get U-turned like a motherfucker with Legion. Give him like 2 or 3 matches, and you might not get U-turned as much. But when he go in his Feral Frenzy, you'll get U-turned like easy. Okay, but he can just hop windows, vault, and all that. So really easy. Okay. Huntress, give it a C tier because I just feel like with Huntress, when you're a new player and you don't know all the maps or you don't know like looping, Huntress is bad because what will end up happening is you will hold your hatchet. When I first started playing with Huntress, I held the hatchet and I did not know how the fuck to put it down. I couldn't put it down at all, right? And then if the survivor gets to a tiny loop, especially with the MMR now, off the first game, you'll get survivors that already know how to go with Huntress. Go against Huntress. And if you get to a tiny loop and you don't understand that Huntress is not gonna hatchet anybody on a tiny loop, she will fuck you up. But if you understand that and like you adapt to her quick, then I can put her to B tier, right? But other than that, I think she going C just because looping. If you don't understand looping, I think C tier is the best spot for her to be. B tier, simply because I feel like Victor is he's not really hard to control. You just gotta be patient. Other than that, Charlotte is pretty fast. Don't fucking touch Deathslinger. You're not ever gonna hit a slap shot. Okay, he's like 110, I think. You're never gonna hit a slap shot with Deathslinger. Only hardest balls. Now, I'll put only the C simply because he is hella fast and you don't have to hold the attack down. Okay, maneuverability. Right, holding that attack down, you're gonna miss a lot. When I first started playing Oni, God, fuck, I didn't know like you could hold it for a little bit and then let it go. I always held it all the way and then just zoom and miss every single time. Don't touch Oni. Executioner, hell no. He's fast. That's all I can get about Executioner. I think he's 115, but other than that, using his power, you're gonna miss. In the conversation, don't touch Cinderblight. The thing about it, his power passively works, but if you don't pressure the box passively, it don't really work. But he is fast as fuck. He's 115. So you got that going for him. You just go straight this bloodlust attack. and get used to its power. Once you figure out that you gotta find that goddamn box, it's a free hit. It's kind of you could kind of get pressure with this. You could if you teleport, you could get pressure with this because what'll happen is you'll teleport and you'll automatically have somebody. This I'm putting him A simply because of that, because that will help you with chases. Okay, you teleporting to the person with the box will help you with chases, and the longer you chase that person, hold on, when you teleport, the box go away. I think chain hunt don't activate, but you could kind of get a feel for looping and pressure. Now, for his power though, his power fucking stinks. You don't use his power, you're gonna get fucking shit on. Chopper's A. Chopper's A simply because 115, and his chops are kind of RNG, so it don't matter if they're good or bad. It's the fact that you're gonna be scaring the fuck out of them because you know you're Trapper, and they're gonna be hesitant to vault windows, hesitant to run loops. They're gonna be hesitant, which could open up a lot of pressure for you. Okay, right? Michael Myers, always a fun person to play with. Straightforward. Literally straightforward. You might not understand 99er, right? To maximize your shit. But once you realize every time you go tier 3 and they haul ass from you, you don't get the gist of 99 until you get close to them, right? Same thing with Ghostface. Pretty straightforward. If anything, I put Ghostface higher, simply because he can just go in and out of Shroud. This guy, once you Michael Myers, once you out of whatchamacallit, out of tier 1, you can't go back into it. Tier 1 is just for, you know, maybe get a grab, figure out what people are at. That's about it. But Ghostface, on the other hand, 115, I do believe, in and out of Shroud. Once you figure out people can reveal you, and you actually start hiding and ducking around corners, Ghostface is pretty solid. Straightforward. Don't touch Blight. Blight is... We will touch Blight. Blight have really high mobility, but regularly using Blight? Hell no. Nemesis. A. 100%. He's 115. His power pretty straightforward, but you can fuck up with his power, so he's not going to be S tier. Like, with Ghostface, you can fuck up with his power, but it will reveal the person, so you'll automatically know where someone at. And if you don't get revealed, then you can sneak up on people. Right? Same thing with Wraith. If they know you're coming, then they know you're coming. Pause. But, you know, you're still invisible. With Nemesis, if you try to use his tentacle and keep missing, it's gonna fuck you up. But he is hella fast, and he has zombies, so that's that. Hillbilly, very high mobility, one shot potential, but I feel like his chainsaw. If you're not, same thing with Ghostface and Michael Myers. If you're not 99 his chainsaw, and you know turning around corners, you're not really gonna do anything. But he is fast as hell. So if you know how to if you know something about pressure, yes. Doctor, S tier. He's fast. You might not know how to use loops with Doctor, like use them at loops, but his static blast will help you find people. His static blast will 100% help you find people. Okay? Hey, hey, if you go against people that actually know how to go against Hag and they keep triggering your traps, Whoa, just take an L. That's about as much as I could tell you. Um, Other than that, pretty straightforward. You know, throw down a trap, run away. Someone trigger the trap, teleport to it, and you have 115. So that's that. Uh, Freddy, also A tier. His dream snares, you might not really know how to use them, but once you see the dream snares, once you figure out the dream snares, slow them down, Freddy will become very valuable. And he also could teleport everywhere. And he's 115, so pretty straightforward. Don't touch Spirit. Spirit at her current state fucking suck balls. This would have been a perfect nerf for Spirit. Instead of that audio cue, she should have her hair floating around like down here, right? Like low. And then when she's phasing, her hair should like come up here. So that way, if they try to stand still and then phase, the survivor knows they're phasing, but don't know which side of the power they're on. But Spirit cannot see the survivor. So she's not 100% sure, thus making it a 50-50. Easily nerf. That's how you nerf Spirit. They fuck Spirit. So now, especially what they did to Strider, they made it harder to hear. Strider's kind of bad. Demo's not a bad person, but if you're not keeping up with your portals, alright, C tier, because he could practically teleport anywhere, but if you're not keeping up with his portals, you're just gonna get punished with Demo. Put him, don't touch them. Fuck it, don't touch Demo. Because his shred powers, C tier. His shred, see, I don't know. Because his shred powers, basically what it does is, if you miss, you're kind of fucked. You kind of gotta know when to shred. Because a lot of new people that pick up Demo, they try to shred out in the open and miss and just running, letting the survivor run back and forth. B tier for Pig. She is undetectable. She do have a dash, but that's not a good way to play Pig. If you're crouching around everywhere with Pig, if you have experience and you know what a small map is, or you have perks on this, mind you, this is all like no perks, no add-ons, none of that. So crouching around with Pig is not a good thing. When you get perks and stuff, and you have Pig, then you can crouch around. So I'll put Pig like D tier, cause all she got is she's like 115. That's it. And when you're new, you're gonna try to use everything in the killer kit. You feel me? With Plague, you're gonna be trying to throw up on a motherfucker 24/7. With Nurse, Huntress, you're gonna be trying to use that power 24/7, thus creating gaps, thus making you miss, making you fuck up your power, not capitalizing on shit, making it easy for the survivor. Same thing with Pig. If you're crouching around chasing people, you lost. If you're crouching around trying to roar at people and you don't know where people are at, you lost. The roar, the dash is kind of fast and you can't catch people with it if you get close enough or if you're at a certain loop. But without knowing how to mind game and back and forth and shit like that, Pig is really gonna fuck you up. Clown, straightforward. Yeah, I'll even put him A tier. Simply because his gas slow people down. He's 115. He's straightforward. You throw the gas, and the survivors, you'll catch them eventually. You will catch them. And it's like, it's not even like you gotta hit them directly. You can just throw it and they'll get slowed and disoriented. Like you will never, if you get U-turned and the person like in your gas, just throw the game away. That's all I gotta say. Alright, just throw the whole entire game away. She's gonna be artist. It's gonna be. I think ain't she 115? I'll put her up here in C tier. I put her C tier simply because I don't really know her power, but I do believe you can't get a hit with the power. I do believe the power is pretty straightforward. Kind of. I don't fucking know, but I know she's fast enough to just walk. So if you don't use, even if you don't use her power, pretty straightforward. All right, we got Wraith because he's undetectable. Hella fast when he's undetectable, and he get a speed boost when he's uncloaked. He's pretty much just a R2 killer, R1 killer. He's just a primary melee M1. His power straightforward and he attacks. Ghostface, he's undetectable. 115. His power straightforward and he attacks. Doctor, he's 115. And he hits with his power straightforward and he attacks. He could figure out where everybody's at. Right? Trapper, his RNG. Right? You throw a trap down. Even if you don't use any trap, the survivors will still play around loops and windows like they are trapped. And you're 115, so he attacked. Michael Myers, he's undetectable. He have exposed for a very long time. He have exposed for like 30 seconds to a minute, I think default. He's pretty straightforward, and you attack. Nemesis, 115. He has zombies, so in the right situation, his zombies work, but they really don't work all that much. But he's 115, and he attacks. Hag, she can teleport to his trap, so you kind of got pressure, unless you have someone just running over all your traps 24/7. So she's pretty straightforward. And she attacks. Freddy, I think he's also 115. I think all you guys are 115 or 110. They're fucking fast. Okay. Dream snares slow people down. Once you figure that out, you start using dream snares a lot more. He teleports to generators, and he's pretty straightforward. And he attacks. Clown, don't have to be precise. Just throw the fucking bottle. If it's too short, throw one that's further. And he's pretty straightforward, and he attacks. This is like kinda. These are the people you want to play as a new person. These are the people you want to stay with. You know, free to play, free to play, free to play, free to play. That's about it. On to the you can play them, but you might have a hard time. Legion. There's a tech. When you hop a window, they will just stand right beside you and re-hop the window. So, and you get U-turn extremely easy in Feral Frenzy. So, other than that, he's pretty straightforward and he attacks. Twin, Charlotte and Victor. Victor, patient. If you be patient with Victor or understand Killer Instinct, Victor, even if you're not patient, you can just go put him down by a generator. And that's that. Or you can put him down, if you're smart, you can put him down by a hook. Then hook a survivor by Victor. And that's about it. Charlotte, pretty straightforward, and she attacks. Pinhead, he's like 115. I know he's 115. His power fucking sucks to use. But when they get the box, if they don't get the box, everybody will get chain hunted. And you will fucking make them eat dicks. Okay? Other than that, one person get chain hunted, and it will make it easier for you to catch them. And he's pretty straightforward, and he attacks. Huntress, if you're not winding up, pre-winding the hatchet, and if you're not, you know, faking the respect of pallets. Because if you put up a hatchet and then put it down really fast, 9 out of 10 they're gonna run past the fucking pallet or the window, and they're not gonna jump the window. If you look out for those things, she can be easily A tier, but if you don't, GG's. He's hella fast. That's the only reason why he's not D tier. Only he's hella fast. That's the only reason why he's not D tier. Oh, and also with Huntress, if you don't know that you're not gonna get a fucking hatchet over fucking 2 big ass rocks in a pallet, like those teeny ass loops, which is on damn near every map, you're not gonna get to those. A lot of Huntress fails at those locations. Like a lot of new Huntress don't know that, nigga, you just gonna have to M1 and make them throw this pallet because you're not gonna get a hit. So it's gonna waste a lot of time. Moving on. Oni. He's pretty fast, right? Very high mobility. He scares the shit out of people. Pretty fun to play. I can't hear nothing when he yells. But other than that, his power, you can just rush to somebody and just M1 them, then rush to that same person, just M1 them. You don't really have to do the attack. Once you get used to it, oh yeah, he's like A tier. It's not that hard to get used to it, but you need like a couple matches, just like Huntress. Not just like Huntress, because Huntress is, you gotta play with her different on different matches. Because like on indoor matches, you can't just hold the hatchet and then let it go. Once you put that hatchet up, you have to throw that bitch because they'll hit a corner like every 2 seconds. But with Oni, you give it a couple matches and you start hitting people. Executioner, he's pretty straightforward, but his power won't help you at all because you're gonna miss that power like 50,000 times. So other than that, he's just straightforward. Blight, oh yeah, you're gonna have a hell of a, he's just fast. You're gonna have a hell of a time trying to coordinate his goddamn light and rush. Hillbilly, pretty straightforward, but I feel like if you're not 99 in the chainsaw when they're right in front of you, you're gonna get U-turned. If you're not whipping that bitch around the corner, you're not gonna catch survivors. Demo, if you trying to keep all your portals up and just teleporting back and forth, you're gonna have a hell of a time because they're just gonna keep breaking your portal. You gotta know where to put your portal, how to put your portal, how to check on your portal, etc., etc. You can't really use her power. If you know how to play the game and you know fucking her power sucks until you get like close to a generator, then you're gonna be crouched down, moving at like 95%, and it's gonna be bad. She's pretty straightforward. I think she's 110, 115. But her power is kind of like Pinhead, except for you don't teleport to survivors. Well, not kind of like Pinhead. Kind of, the difficulty is like Pinhead. You gotta actually know what you're doing with it, because they could bring a flashlight and break your bird. They could just run into your fucking birds. They could just completely dodge your fucking bird. You feel me? Don't touch Nurse. Please, to fucking Christ, do not touch Nurse. You're gonna blink too short, blink too far. There was one point where I didn't know you could just point to the ground and blink like an inch in front of you. And my friend, he just ran back towards me every time I put my hand up. Plague, you're gonna waste time with Plague, and you're gonna keep trying to infect everybody, and it's not gonna go how you expect it to go. You're gonna waste so much time. This motherfucker is harder than this motherfucker. This motherfucker has recoil. Don't mess with him. You already know Bubba is you're gonna hit the wall so many times with Bubba. Especially if they hit like an L wall, T wall, where they have windows and you're in like a wall to loop around, you're gonna hit the wall. You're not shooting anything. with that. I'm sorry. You're not. I'll put Death Slinger here because you have a small terror radius, but you're not hitting anything with Death Slinger. Nothing at all. He have a tiny terror radius, like Michael Myers tiny. Like I think his terror radius is like 24 meters or 20 meters or or 16. His terror radius is hella small, so that might help you out. But you're not hitting anything with this, okay? In Spirit, how she is, well, don't touch her. Even if you have Strider, you don't know shit about scratch marks, blood, the grass. You might not have good headphones. Don't touch her. Stay with these guys. These 3 columns. Stay with these 2 columns. When you want a little bit of a challenge, go here. But if you really think you the shit, and that concludes my noob list. All right. Fuck. Okay. Let's go back to.